Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the case may be, wherever you are in this bright, beautiful world we call home. It's the Aloha Hour. I am your host, Mike S. Miller. You know me. And as always, the effervescent and always evolving Edwin Boyett.
Are you?
I don't know, man.
Are you running out of E words? Are you
I'm running out of E words. Illuminated sounds like an illuminating. I'm gonna start diving into the eyes.
Well, it is fantastic to be here tonight.
Always, brother.
Hey, before we get sucked into something, I've been reading Roman philosophers, right?
Yeah, I saw you. I caught a little bit of that earlier today.
All right. So I jumped into some Seneca before because I'd never read Seneca.
Christ contemporary.
Yes, contemporary of Christ and Paul and some of the early church fathers, patriarchs, whatever you want to call them, luminaries.
Seneca Roman or Greek?
Seneca was Roman. He was a Stoic. Interesting thing, we got to talk about this sometime because Paul, I think, would have been well acquainted with the Stoics and with the Greek philosophers. Well, you know he went down there and debated with them, but he was probably educated on them. But I just wanted to share this to you because this one was so particularly good. So Seneca wrote this book called On Anger or of Anger, De ira being Latin for the anger. Anyway, it's just a short paragraph. All right. It is impossible, says Theophrastus, for a good man not to be angry with bad men. By this reasoning, the better a man is, the more irascible he would be. Irascible means very easy to anger, right? So is it by this reasoning, if a good man must be angry with a bad man, then the very best man must be angry all the time, right? Yet he will not rather be more tranquil, more free from passions, and hating no one. Indeed, what reason has he for hating sinners, since it is error that leads them into such crimes? Now it does not become a sensible man to hate the erring, because even so he will hate himself. Let him think how many things he does contrary to good morals, how much of what he has done stands in need of pardon, and he will soon become angry with himself also. For no righteous judge pronounces a different judgment in his own cause and in that of others, right? A righteous judge would look at himself and look at others with the same lens, with the same, right? The same view. No one, I affirm, will be found who can acquit himself. Everyone, when he calls himself innocent, looks rather to external witnesses than to his own conscience. How much more philanthropic it is to deal with the erring, right? And so we could even say sinners here.
Yep.
In a gentle and fatherly spirit, and to call them into the right course instead of hunting them down. When a man is wandering about our fields because he has lost his way, it is better to place him on the right path than to drive him away. That's all. I thought you would enjoy that one though.
Yeah, I just think it sounds like he was a fan of Proverbs.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap. When I was reading Marcus Aurelius, there's places where I feel like I'm reading right out of Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, I was listening to you on some of that last night as I was going to bed, and I was like, yeah, these guys are. Boy, where are these men today?
Well, the interesting thing with that fellow Marcus Aurelius, though, and he did some bad things to Christians, but that changed later on. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, right? And so
Yeah.
he's scolding and admonishing himself. He never meant for anyone else to read it. And the first whole chapter of his book is him thanking people and recounting all the different things he should show gratitude for. Do
Yeah.
any of us do that? Can you imagine just writing, like, not a thank you letter to somebody else, but a thank you letter to yourself for other people?
Right.
What would they? You think that would change our lives if we did that? If we sat
Well,
down and devoted that time to thinking about the things and people we should be gracious towards or thankful towards?
yeah, I generally focus it all on being thankful to the Lord, but yeah, I think if we were more open-hearted towards, and communicative with the people who deserve our thanks, um,
Yeah.
a little goodwill goes a long way. The other thing you're reading, it just reminded me of one particular quote that says, what is it, like, with great wisdom comes great, oh, no, I forgot, grief. Was it grief?
Sorrow? Was it grief or
Sorrow?
sorrow?
One or the other. It probably
Yeah.
depends, right? The more you know, the more you know sucks.
Let's see. Model 316 says, "Sorry, I'm going to miss the show tonight. Have to get some sleep. Like and sub." Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Model. Model did a little character for my son too, so I appreciate that, brother.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, my son. Did you see the video of us playing his board game when we got it in?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Oh yeah, let me see. I'm gonna share it. You come up with something witty for a moment.
I want to see this article. This I have not seen this article yet. The Return of Luke Skywalker. So
Oh, really?
I'm actually pretty stoked about this.
Okay, let's get a few more viewers in here. If you guys could share, the like button's great and all, but sharing it is where it really helps out. So if you guys could please do.
I should do the same thing right now. I should do the same thing right now. Get out there and share a magoo.
Let me.
I feel like art. Now I click the button.
More importantly, why would
Let me drag this
on
over.
least populated city?
It's nice having two monitors because I can like put what I want to share over there, and then just click the share screen
Oh, come on.
like that.
Let's see, Jiminy Crickets observes that I'm back in Kansas tonight. There's no color. Yeah, traveled back into the past.
Back in the Kansas again.
I think in the alternate timeline, I guess, that I've started, there is no Mark Wade. I was able to stop that. And so now I'm back to stop the birth of Bendis.
All right, so this is the game my son designed, and then he created all the pieces in Photoshop and sent it off to this one-off like board game making company.
Oh, hang on a second. Somebody's saying my mic is all kinds of crazy.
Sounds okay to me.
Oh, it's coming through the webcam. That's why. Let me see if this is better. And thank you for letting me know. Does this sound like I'm a little bit more clear now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry about that.
I probably need a better mic too, but sorry. Yeah, so this is his game, and the one-off game, it cost like over $80 to just print up, but
Right.
at some point, all those little figurines are actually made out of wood. So he had model design a little person instead, so he can have those mass produced, and he wants to try to find some way to get it made inexpensively enough that he can do it Indiegogo and launch it, and it's a really fun game.
All right. Now, who designed this?
Elijah.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's got all these different action cards, and they're all sort of self-explanatory. And you create a little world one square at a time, and you populate these little these little squares, and then you try to kill each other's populations. So yeah, I mean, everybody who plays it thinks it's fun, and
All right. So let's see what has to be printed. The cards have to be printed.
yeah, they have to be those thick
Okay.
cardboard cards. These plate. Sorry, that's so blurry. I don't know why.
What are the hexagons made out of, and how
Card-
many have to be made?
Yeah, little thick cardboard pieces, and I didn't do a count, but it looks like about 60.
I wonder if they could be made out of plastic, or
Well,
does it
I think cardboard would be cheaper
cardboard will be cheaper? Okay, so
and
you
thicker, so you have that. It's like game board cardboard. You know what I mean?
right. Okay, so you got the cards themselves.
Yeah.
You've got some dice, and then you've got a variety of tokens. There's got to be some place where you can print the hexagons, and then presumably you'd want to make up a nice box.
Yeah, and this came in a nice box, so it's like he was looking at places. He couldn't find any place that would print something like this for under $30, and I'm like, no, dude, you got to get this down to like, $8, $10, something like that, in order to make it viable.
You may need to call around with them though, because that may not be priced for the particular volume.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what's the expensive part? Is it the hexagons?
I honestly don't know, man. I honestly don't know. So we'll do some more research. If anybody out there knows anything, feel free to hit me up on Twitter and give me some info on how to get games made cheaper. Because, I mean, seriously, he plays with some other kids, and they just want to keep playing over and over and over again. It is a lot of fun. I'm proud of the boy.
Yeah. Well, I think, how much did they tell him it would cost him to print?
He found one place that would do it for like 30, but again, that's ridiculous. You can't do that. You have to charge an extraordinary amount for the game.
Yeah. So the idea is to try and get the production cost per unit under $10, which might be possible.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'll put the link to that in the chat if anybody wants to check it out later. We don't have to watch this whole.
The shaky cam, is that Elijah cam, or is that Mikey cam?
No, that's this funky little thing I have right here. You notice I had both my hands on the cards. Oh my gosh, it's all tied up in ropes. So I have this thing here, and I can put a phone here, and I can either film things in front of me, or I can have an extreme close-up of my face. Or I can just watch TV, or watch, whatever on my phone right here. Yeah, I saw this at, gosh, where did I buy these? I saw these someplace, and I'm like...
All you need is the feedback attachment now, and you can...
So I caught my daughter just sitting there watching The Office. That girl. All right.
Did she get her passport?
That's that for an answer.
That doesn't sound like a yes.
No. And so I have to go with her tomorrow. There's the link, guys, if you want to check it out. I have to go to a different place tomorrow with her because my wife never got around to taking my last name because she's lazy. Not that she wouldn't. She's just. And so the passport office, they're like, well, this is going to cause problems because the last name on here is not the last name on here, blah, blah, blah. And also, what was the other thing? Oh, and then the passport office we went to today, they said they don't do expediting. And so they gave us the name of this other place, which is right down the street, which we have to go to tomorrow. So we have a appointment tomorrow morning. So, yeah.
All right, just make sure you know where you're going. I don't want you to come back sobbing and find out your daughter's being deported. Make sure you got the right address.
Yeah. I got it. Mike's face in the front row is magic. What? I don't understand. You want to talk some Luke Skywalker? What do we got? 88 views.
Oh, give me the link. Did you send me the link to this crazy thing?
I can, but I can do it from here because I'm on the other computer.
Oh, okay. This thing won't bog down?
No. All right, let me slide this over here. Press this button over here. And share. Yippity poppity boom. Like that. So, oops. A new Star Wars rumor details Luke Skywalker's surprising return in Episode 9 by Matt Miller. Oh, cousin Matt.
Is he going to be a Force ghost?
I don't know. I have not read it yet. So let's find out. Oh, this is creepy. Look at this celebrity doppelganger. He looks exactly like him.
Oh, that is creepy Magoo.
So I kind of want to open that now. Oh no, look at this David Schwimmer look-alike. Oh, no.
Don't do it, David Schwimmer.
I don't want to do clickbait slideshows. No.
They got you.
Right.
They got you. Sucked you in.
Edwin, if you can read that, would you do
Yeah, I see. In late July, Disney announced that Mark Hamill would be among the cast returning for Star Wars 9. This news introduced a few exciting options for the upcoming conclusion of the Skywalker saga. In Star Wars The Last Jedi, we see Luke's physical body vanish after he uses the Force to project himself onto another planet, where he buys the Resistance enough time to escape the First Order. So how would he return in Star Wars 9? The two most obvious choices would be he appears as a Force ghost, as we've seen Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda, or we see him in a flashback. But according to a new link reported by Express, Luke could be neither of these in Star Wars 9, as the leaked scene is described. Luke Skywalker in front of Rey on a jungle world. In the background are ancient stone steps that lead to some rooms which appear to be a Jedi temple of some kind. Luke appears to be in his physical form, as if he is not dead, but he may be a Force ghost and more solid this time. No blue hue is described in the sequence. Luke holds his iconic green lightsaber hilt in his hand, but not ignited as Rey examines it. This could be one of Luke's lessons to Rey, teaching her how to develop a lightsaber like his own. Luke's face has no beard and shorter hair, shorter than his hair on, is that say crate?
Yeah.
He wears a brown robe with the white sleeves. Now, it's possible that Luke, in his isolated studies, has become a more powerful version of a Force ghost. Has he found some sort of key to immortality? Certainly, his presence on Crate was more intensive than anything we've seen a Force ghost do so far. Or has he completely returned from the dead? Obviously, if he has no beard and is in a scene with Rey, this couldn't possibly be a flashback. So has he found a way to return to the living after becoming one with the Force? Certainly, if Luke does return, this would work as some pretty intensive retcon and fan service, reversing the shocking and controversial end of The Last Jedi.
Yeah. Well, maybe he found a stash of midichlorians.
Well, Ray's pretty good at everything. Maybe Ray flew back to the planet and resurrected his carcass because she's good at that Force stuff.
Hey, yeah, maybe she's got midichlorians that she can transfer into his body. Or maybe
Ooh.
midichlorians. Is anything worse than midichlorians?
Maybe Luke Skywalker's a werewolf.
Oh no, we're not going into the werewolf thing.
You got to kill him with a silver lightsaber, or he just pops right back.
Well, the lightsaber, his actual lightsaber was destroyed in the end of the movie, so it has to be a vision or something.
Do you know that seems so unpopular with everybody, but man, Mark Hamill now. This is why I hate finding things out about actors,
Yeah.
right? Because the more they talk, the less I want to see their face.
You could just tweet Mark Hamill, hey Hamill, I'm glad Luke's dead.
Let's see. Perth Comics says, hi. One theory is the disappearing Luke was also a Force projection. It was so his Force game was so on point that he was projecting a projection which projected a projection. It's kind of like a game of telephone, kind of.
Yes. Because there was physicality, like when
Olivia Newton-John.
No. Let's go. When Kylo and Rey were talking, there was actual physicality there, even though they were Force projections. Or Kylo was the Force projection, but he was legitimately there because he got wet. They touched hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I'm just playing fan fiction here. If you could have some excuse whereby he had projected so much of his physicality that it cost him his physicality in one location, he could have ended up as some sort of a physical Force ghost somewhere between life and death, right? Theories. You know what? If you're sitting there trying to find some way out of the ending of that last film, that's one way to go. Right? Because you've already set up the physical. There's an actual. He's not just a freaking ghost, right? There's physicality. There's actual. He was holding those dice.
Right.
Leia felt those dice in her hand. The dice hung around. The dice hung around.
And the dice is not a metaphor for something.
No. But they hung around. Luke was gone. Hell, Luke was dead on the other planet. And the dice were still there. Right?
Yeah.
So there's, whether they meant to or not, they've set up a paradigm by which you could direct some sort of a weird transference of actual physicality into another space through the Force.
Well,
ta-da! I fixed it.
I think they would, pretty much anything that retcons at least some of what happened, I think fans would forgive them even if they invented some new Force powers and so on, just because everybody seemed so
enamored,
disappointed with that whole film.
Oh, you're going the other way.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember anything I particularly liked out of that film. And it wasn't even good, but maybe when they fought the Red Guardians, that was about it.
I didn't like the choreography in that.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
Berserker Pride brings up a good point I've never thought about. His fake hand also disappeared. If it was really a Force ghosting, his bionic hand should have just fallen off and tumbled off of that rock.
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think? Does it open with the Ray spinning a top, and we try and figure out?
The Inception.
Yeah.
No, it wakes up with her in a shower and she goes, JR's alive?
You know,
You gotta be really old to get that reference.
yeah, yeah. I look. I get it's a movie. It's made to be. It's made to be broadly accessible, right? So to a degree, on some level, some of the material has to be lowest common denominator, right?
Yeah.
Because the objective after all is to put butts in seats, right? I get it, but the movie wasn't pretty. None of the motivations were particularly good. Nothing felt satisfying. It didn't feel like there was any payoffs on the end of things, aside from seeing Ray go from another Mary Sue scenario to another Mary Sue scenario, right? Because even with the Emperor, even when the Emperor overpowers her, or what Darth Darth Voldemort, what was his name? Snoke. Yeah, even when Snoke overpowers her, and she has to be saved by Emo Solo, Darth Ren. What is his name? Ren.
Kylo.
Yeah, Ren Kylo. Even when she has to be saved by his like mastery of his mind, and him, manifesting telekinesis through the Force and being able to shield his thoughts, she then immediately after, she's the one doing all the saving and kicks his butt. So everybody understands that it's all about girl power, forever.
I don't think John Malin liked our old people humor.
Yeah, well, suck it, John Malin. You're in the old man club yourself, so get used to it. I think Malin is our age, isn't he?
I think he's a bit younger, because I think he was a kid when like all the Image stuff happened, or a teenager maybe. I was a working professional that year.
All right, so Malin, the theory you may have missed then, since Mark Hamill has some sort of appearance in the next Star Wars movie in the scene, and it doesn't look like a Force ghost, I suggested I'm hip. Well, yeah, and soon you'll be worried about a broken hip because you're an old man. But my theory was that perhaps Luke Skywalker was a werewolf, right? And so unless they killed him with a silver lightsaber, he's coming back around, just like herpes.
Let me drop Malin a link. He might have some ideas on Kylo Ren and Rey's future together. Unless you're in bed, Malin, at which point go to sleep.
Yeah, maybe he was just tired. He just needed to lay down and take a nap after that. I mean, I would, if you force protect yourself halfway across the universe and have a lightsaber fight with your nephew.
Yeah. Right? Professor Pixel says Mike shot JR. I just thought that I remember that as a kid being like such a cop out of, oh, this whole last season was a dream that Bobby Ewing had.
Oh yeah.
And do you remember the last episode of St. Elsewhere? I don't know if you watched that show.
Was that with the helicopter?
No. St. Elsewhere. Do you remember St. Elsewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, on the very last, you remember at the beginning of every episode of St. Elsewhere, or the end of every episode of St. Elsewhere, it pulls back and you see it's like the cutout shot of the hospital, and it'll be in summer and winter or whatever. And then the very last scene of the very last episode of St. Elsewhere, they do that same shot that they've done every single episode, and it's snowing, right? But then they keep pulling out further and further, and further and further, and further and further, until it becomes a little hospital inside of a snow globe. And this little kid reaches over and grabs a snow globe and shakes it, and behind him, wearing totally different clothes and being like a married couple who aren't married on the show, are his parents who are characters in the show. So like the entire series of St. Elsewhere was from the mind of a child.
That sounds appropriate.
Yeah. Or they could do the next Star Wars kind of like the last episode of Soap. Do you remember how that ended?
Soap. Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Who else was on Soap?
Oh, jeez. Gosh, you'd have to get the whole cast list out.
All right, I'm gonna have to look it up.
Do you remember the last episode?
I don't, man.
Okay, so they canceled Soap, and so kind of it was either they were doing that or they were trying to get re-upped for the next year. They made the very last episode of Soap so that every single character's story arc was a cliffhanger. Like one of the characters got abducted by aliens. One of them got it was like all this crazy stuff. Like it was like, what's gonna happen on the next season of Soap? And it's like there is no next season of Soap.
Well, this had a pretty big cast. I had forgotten that.
Yeah.
I forgot Howard Hessman was on Soap. Wow.
That's the guy that talks like this. Is that the
Howard Hessman?
Yeah.
It's Johnny Fever.
Johnny. Oh gosh.
Isn't it? Am I mistaken?
Why don't you share your screen? Let's see.
Yeah, hang on a second. Let me pull them up.
Yeah, we're so old. None of these people know what the shows are. Edwin and I are coming up on half a century now.
Let's see, Howard Hessman. Hang on, let me pull it up.
I think you're right. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on. Let me share this. Do. First to push the button. Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP.
Got kind of tired of packing and unpacking, town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be, but baby, listen to me once in a while. I'm at
WKRP in Cincinnati. Yeah, I forgot. I had completely forgotten he was on Soap. Malin says, Mike, send real link, you boomer.
I was just teasing. I don't want you in here. All right, hold on. Let me pause this real quick.
Let's see. Stephen Miller says they're talking about Airwolf. Airwolf. That was a good show. And then, but there was the inferior Blue Thunder, right? If Airwolf was Transformers, Blue Thunder was like GoBots.
Yeah. So Blue Thunder was what's his face from Jaws, wasn't it?
I think so.
Aloha. All right. Here's a scene from Soap.
So you're going to get married, huh?
Yeah, it looks that way.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I guess that means you're not gay.
No, Aunt Jessica, it doesn't.
You know, Jody, when we were younger, there was no such thing as homosexuals.
Yes, there were, Aunt Jessica. The homosexuals go way back in history.
Who?
Alexander the Great was gay. Plato was gay.
Plato? Mickey Mouse's dog was gay?
That show was great, man. I love it. Look at that. Back in the, what was that, the 70s, talking about gay marriage. Ahead of its time. Ahead of its time. All right. Stop.
Malin, do you remember Airwolf?
Yeah. Black helicopter, went real fast.
Yeah.
Was in a mountain.
Yeah, yep. That's the one. Jan Michael Vincent with
Ernest Borgnine.
Yep. That's the one.
Airwolf,
Silverwolf.
Silver.
Silverwolf. There we go. Some wonderful Mozart music to bring you into the scene. All right, we don't need to go.
No, I was saying that if Silver or if Airwolf was Transformers, then Blue Thunder was GoBots of the 80s helicopter movies or television shows.
was Blue Thunder the Hulk Hogan one?
Yeah, so there was a movie, right? The movie was with what's his face from Jaws, and then there was a TV show.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Thunder in Paradise is the Hulk Hogan one.
Right, and then it seems like Nicolas Cage was in a helicopter movie too.
Oh,
What about Street Hawk?
Street
Hawk.
Yeah, there's the
Automan?
Airwolf of motorcycles.
okay, yeah, this is the actual movie.
Hey, was that guy in Street Hawk?
Let's see.
That's co-pilot. Who's the co-pilot?
All right, here's the actual. It's a Toyota Corolla, wasn't it?
Wow, Street Hawk only made it 5 episodes.
Really?
Yeah. Oh no, 13 episodes. 13 episodes.
Who's that guy? Who's the co-pilot in that helicopter there?
Let me skip back and see.
No guns, no kicking in doors, you know, just
Oh my gosh, that's it's Goose. Oh no, wait.
No.
No, he's one of the nerds. Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, is he?
I think so.
That's funny.
I think so.
That's funny.
Are you not seeing it?
What is that called? Blue Thunder?
Yeah. What is that guy's? Wait, what else was he in? I recognize him.
Well, he does look like one of the nerds. You talking about the guy on the left, yeah?
This guy right here.
Hang on. Which one? Yeah. Oh, hang on. We'll look it up. This is the movie, yeah?
This is Blue Thunder, the movie. Yeah.
Oh, is it Daniel Stern?
Daniel Stern, is that his name? Maybe.
From Home Alone.
Home Alone. Yeah. Okay, that's where it is. That's where he's from.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. They got it. They got it. Anyone seen Silverhawks? The cartoon? Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. Silverhawks. That had a nice aesthetic
So
to it.
demonetized. Yeah, Sierra Whiskey. I don't care if I'm gonna get demonetized. Let's see.
What was your conclusions on Star Wars?
Luke Skywalker's a werewolf.
Mm-hmm. Possible.
He wasn't killed with a either that or it's force projection inception. And when Star Wars 9 picks up, it's going to open on a scene of Rey spinning atop.
Like, yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except she'll be doing it with force power, so it'll be cool.
Dead. He's dead.
My theory makes much more actual sense.
What's your theory?
Well, you know how they had. Well, actually, I think it's probably just a vision or something. But if they want to bring Luke back, you know how there was actual physicality in the Force projections with Kylo Ren, and even the dice, right? There was physicality there. He wasn't just a Force ghost being projected across time or across space. So I was thinking, well, what if he had expended so much energy projecting this physicality into this other part of the galaxy that his physical body here died, and he ends up in some sort of a Force purgatory state, right? Where he's essentially a living Force ghost rather than a dead Force ghost.
Okay. So he's a living Force ghost. So what does that solve?
It solves him being able to be in the next movie.
Well, couldn't he just be in the next movie as a Force ghost?
Boring.
You're just sold that they're gonna bring him back to life regardless.
I'm not sold on it. I'm just using the little things that happened in the last one to project into a reason why they could make it, because everybody wants to bring him back, right?
Well, couldn't they just say like Darth Plagueis that he just is able to resurrect himself, cheat death?
Yeah.
Well, somebody was asking. They were trying to determine the distinction, or what would be the difference between being a living Force ghost, I guess, and a dead Force ghost. So one would be involuntarily being separated from the flesh, right? And then the residue of the spirit, the essence, whatever they call that, pneumos in Star Wars. The alternative to that would be, if done consciously, right, while in the flesh, while the body's living, and by your own volition, willing yourself, essentially, even errantly willing yourself out of the flesh, would the manifestation of a Force ghost be more tethered to this universe, and would somebody be able to manifest differently, I guess, than the other Force ghosts? Has there ever been a manifestation of a Force ghost that could do anything besides appear to people?
Just Yoda blowing up the temple.
Yeah.
But that's because he's part of the Force. Strike him down, he becomes more powerful than you could ever imagine.
Did he have a glow on him when Yoda was there? Yeah. Okay.
But in this particular scene from this movie, in this scene, Luke is not described as having any kind of glow or anything.
Right.
Yeah. Darth Plagueis probably wouldn't either. They just bring him back.
Sierra Whiskey thinks it's a recording.
Dank Plank says that I make no sense at all.
Well, now, both things could be true, though. Both things could be true.
Oh no. Mitchell Limke says, "Hey guys, what does this channel do?"
We give very horrible Star Wars theories.
We'll let you know when we figure it out.
This is pretty much the chill channel. So we just chill. We talk about topics of the day. I have a Christian apologetics show on, usually in the morning. We do drawing streams. We shill comic books sometimes. Yep. I'm a professional comic book artist. John is a professional comic book artist. Edwin is a professional demolisher of things.
Yeah, if you need something broken, I'm pretty good at breaking stuff.
Wow, my kids can aspire to that.
Well, that place where Luke was at, though, that was kind of like a Jedi holy ground, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could just make an argument that because of where he died at, that resurrection becomes even more possible.
Is
Fair.
in the Force universe, is there some sort of analog to like a is there like an analog to a ley line, right? Where force energy is concentrated or something?
Oh, that's a good question.
Why do I remember somewhere about
You know what?
there actually being an origin planet for the Force, like a wellspring of the Force?
So, like, where the mitochondrians first multiplied and then took over somebody else. Mitochondrians. Why?
See, Sarah Whiskey seems to be very emphatic about this theory. He says, Edwin, they show Luke as younger in a Jedi temple. Ray found recordings. He wouldn't be younger if he's a ghost or alive. So maybe like when he's running the
No.
academy.
They show him shaven. That doesn't mean he's younger.
Wait, where's this shaven picture at? Am I missing something?
They're not showing it. They're just. This is just
describing. It's a leak. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, what was his name?
I don't even know what's canonical anymore in the new Star Wars, though.
I know.
It just don't let the purple-haired lady drive. It's not going to end well for anybody.
Mitchell asks, hey, is there any way I can read every canonical Marvel comic in complete chronological order? I believe you can subscribe to is it Marvel Comics or something like that, and you can read their entire backlog digitally.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like $10 a month. It's a pretty good deal. Then you can avoid all the crap they're putting out today.
And
Years
I think
of entertainment.
Comixology has something called Marvel Unlimited, which has something like 15,000 titles. You know, that one site we were looking at the other night, though, that was kind of fun with Pyro and Malin as Pyro. Malin, you should go to your next convention as Pyro Man.
Yeah.
You need a purple body stock and you'll, bam.
Yeah, I got the bod for it.
Hey, Mitchell, make sure you hit the subscribe button, man. You can come join us for we also do a show called Drawn and Quartered. That'll be out tomorrow night, and we're doing Star Wars. Hey, this is a good ramp up for Drawn and Quartered Star Wars. Because
let me catch this super chat.
All right.
This is the person 98, not a person, but the person 98 for $5. The cave on Dagobah and the one where Ray went were described as places of concentrated dark side energy, if I remember correctly. Just like Mike Miller's Thunderoos, dark side energy, concentrated.
Highly concentrated.
Oh, Skidmark McGee is what we used to call him.
So,
that's why I take fiber.
So, what are the views on why Luke has shaven?
I mean, him being a young recording is weirdly reasonable.
Oh, like an actual like hologram recording that that Leia did.
Well, if he's having a conversation with her, then it would have to be. I'm just projecting some sort of a place of concentrated force where it may have assumed some level of his essence for some later time. I don't know. I'm probably thinking too Doctor Who and less Star Wars, but yeah, you never know.
But are they saying it's so he can be a Force ghost and be a younger version of him?
I don't know. I mean,
what's this recording thing?
Ever since Episode 3. Well, actually, they don't do it with Yoda. It's so nonsensical. When they made Anakin young again as a Force ghost in Episode 3, when they redigitized all that crap, they really screwed up because they didn't make Yoda young again.
Wait, Episode 3, 6?
Episode 3. At the end of Episode 3.
Why would they make him young?
No, you're right. 6.
Apology accepted, Miller.
Apology forthcoming. Yeah, they screwed it up because they made him young, but they didn't make Ben young. They didn't make Yoda young. They just made him. Young.
Yeah, but that was him at his last moment of being good, right?
Mm.
I mean, minus when he died.
Right.
They should have had the little kid then. He comes back as that little kid. That'd be great.
That's funny.
Yeah, so in that case, it wouldn't make any sense for them to use a clean-shaven Luke for a Force Ghost.
Right.
Because he should be all Obi-Wan'd out.
Yeah. Maybe he's like Groot, and they regrew a younger version of him.
Luke Skywalker clone.
Yeah. Because he's, you know, if they clone him, then he's got those midichlorians.
And then what? They're going to use Mark Hamill to run around with a CGI younger face on him, or
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe they'll have Ray Park do it, so that he can be a little more sprightly. And just see Hamill's face on him.
There's all kinds of ways he can be alive, right? Either some hitherto never described force power. He could even be a clone.
Yeah.
I mean, like if I was the Emperor, and you just found out that Darth Vader didn't have what it took. You know, why not grab some cells and clone them and be growing yourself a Luke somewhere?
Yeah. What if the Emperor cloned Luke from his hand? Huh?
Could be an evil Luke.
Picked up his hand on Bespin, made a new Luke. Because he felt so bad for Darth Vader not having his son. He's like, I'm going to just make you another one. It's not like they didn't know how to clone. They had a whole freaking prequel about it.
yeah. There's multiple ways. But the problem with trying to guess or speculate the way it might be is they've kind of changed up canon now, because they've said everything that came before in the books pretty much didn't happen.
Yeah.
Right? And so we really don't know until it comes out, or until there's some more substantial leaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you think the Force is essentially magic, right? The Force is essentially magic. So there's say again?
It's midichlorian science.
Well, Sketch is telling us we don't know canon, you know canon. But what I'm saying is, with the revisions made, canon isn't canon anymore.
The only thing that's canon is episodes 4 through 6.
Yeah.
The door is closed. You can still hear them screaming.
Except Throne happened. I want him to bring. You know which character I liked out of all the movies? Count Dooku. They need to bring that cat back. Yeah, he had some gravitas. I like that cat.
I didn't like him.
You didn't like Count Dooku?
No. I just felt like they were trying to ride off of him being freaking Dracula or something. It's like, you know what we need in Star Wars? Dracula.
Graveyard Shift meets Star Wars.
1 through 3.
How would the
already made them? No, Nexus 1 through 3 don't. Just do your best to erase 1 through 3 from your memory banks, and we'll be okay. You can remember the Darth Maul fight scene, and that's it. That's all you're allowed to remember from those movies.
Yeah,
all right.
And then Obi-Wan just rocks him with one slash. Like, you know, yeah. Your Benny Hanna tricks have no power here. Zip.
Yeah.
But that worked well. So, Malin.
Mm-hmm.
Graveyard Shift versus Darth Soe, Kylo Ren. Who wins?
Oh, graveyard chef. Totally.
Do any of them have projectile powers, or are they strong and have endurance?
They have guns. Well, I guess Kylo Ren could stop laser blasts. So I don't know. The Force is a powerful tool.
What's up, buddy? What are you guys doing out there? You're making a lot of noise.
But I think I'm starting to figure out the shaved beard logic. I'm developing a theory.
Okay. Are you ready to share that theory with us?
Okay, it's only a part of it, but I think what they're going to do is they're going to do a flashback to a young Luke. Somehow
No. He's talking to Rey. In the scene.
Yeah, pull that article back up. Pull that article. Do you still have it handy?
It's probably just Rey reaching through time.
Stop. I can't see.
Oh.
Oh, maybe I don't have it handy.
That's possible, huh? Because she is good at that Force stuff.
That's true. Grab it. Give me a second. I know where I was.
Doom, doom, doom,
Oh,
doom,
yeah, reaching.
doom.
Oh! That's how they're going to retcon it. Have Rey go back through time to before his mistake with Kylo Ren and just rewrite history.
Is Doc gonna pull up in a DeLorean and grab Rey?
No, man, Doctor Who.
Oh.
So what are they saying is happening in this scene? He's clean shaven. He's standing with Rey.
Where the heck did it go?
Right. So Doc shows up in the DeLorean. He's out of plutonium, but she just sticks her lightsaber right in the time gizmo, and boom, bada bing, Bob's your uncle, back in time. Rey's got it covered. Defeats the Sith, defeats the patriarchy all in one pass, and there you go.
Oh, you know what? Then she could get in a fight with Luke Skywalker, because she comes back. He doesn't know who she is. I can't find it. That's weird. It's like it disappeared from Yahoo. She gets in a fight with Luke Skywalker because she says, I have to kill Kylo Ren because he turns into Hitler. And then he has to fight with her. And then she ends up chopping off.
Didn't he have his beard when he was trying to off Kylo Ren?
Yeah, that's why she's got to go back before that. So before he even bothered growing that beard. This is so weird. I'm on the same page, and that story's like legitimately gone.
All right, let's see. All right, here we go. I've got the description.
All right.
Luke Skywalker in front of Rey on a jungle world. In the background are ancient stone steps that lead to some rooms which appear to be in Jedi temple of some kind. Luke appears to be in his physical form, as if he is not dead, but he may be a Force ghost and more solid this time. No blue hue is described in the sequence. Luke holds his iconic green lightsaber hilt in his hand, but not ignited as Rey examines it. This could be one of Luke's lessons to Rey, teaching her how to develop a lightsaber like his own. Luke's face has no beard and shorter hair, shorter than his hair on Crate. He wears a brown robe with white sleeves. So is he like, it could be like maybe Luke left like a special lightsaber for Rey, and she goes to this jungle planet and she throws it, and it creates like a fortress of solitude for Rey. And so like Kal-El's father, was talking to Superman, telling him what's up.
Yeah.
Works for me.
In the fortress of solitude.
Luke Skywalker is blue. This is the episode 1 or episode 3 lightsaber?
3 or 6, Mike?
3.
Okay.
Wait, 4.
Oh my gosh.
The New Hope, the New Hope lightsaber, and it's blue, not green.
How many lightsabers do you own, Mr. Malin?
0.
Are you lying?
I used to have 5 of them, but I have kids.
That's your excuse.
It's my excuse for why everything's broken. I love my children.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have kids than stuff, anyways. It'd be nice if they wouldn't break everything. Just saying.
Let's see. Tommy Sarkinen says, but shouldn't Ray go back in time and teach Luke and teach Force stuff to Luke? Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes. Yeah. If Ray can go back in time and teach all these lame old men how to do their stuff right, then they never get to this point, right?
Right. That's right. But yeah, if they can't open up the time travel bag of worms, man. That would just
It's kind of like Days of Future Past, but cooler since it has Ray, right? So it's obviously going to be better.
Ray goes back in time and becomes her own mother and realizes she has to get rid of herself and ditch herself on Jakku, and then she becomes like evil because she misses herself in the future.
Well, I was going to guess until this description of the jungle temple that the shaved beard is going to be a flashback, and that Luke is going to know everything there is to know about Rey, just like Obi-Wan lied about his Anakin to Luke. I think Luke knows everything about Rey, including being a Kenobi, and that's as far as I got right now. How that fits into the temple, I have no idea.
Wasn't it Obi-Wan that had the green lightsaber?
Oh, brother.
And Yoda? You say that, but they're talking about a green lightsaber, the iconic green lightsaber. If they know it's a green lightsaber, then it's not Luke's lightsaber. So that could change things, because I was saying that Luke's lightsaber, this one that Rey had, was destroyed in episode 8. So if it's actually a physical lightsaber, then it wouldn't be this one. But that's what I was saying. Like, as the Force Ghost, Luke had that one as the Force Ghost. Remember?
The blue one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon. That'd be funny if Qui-Gon showed up.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a Force Ghost all this time. Oh, that's not him. That's Qui-Gon shows up as Sean Connery. It's much more entertaining.
There can be only one Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah, Christopher what's his face shows up.
Yeah.
But have they even built up a villain for this last one?
Kylo Ren.
Kylo's nothing. No one's afraid of Kylo Ren. He was beaten in the first movie by Rey, and she didn't know anything.
Well, but this time will surely be different. He'll be even more of a soy Nazi dude doing stuff.
Well, they have to bring back what's his name, the Sith dude that died.
They've got to bring him back in some way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they brought Darth Maul back half mechanical.
Maybe Luke had a Horcrux.
Maybe he'll just like be on a like his bottom half will just be a levitating ball, and they just plop the top half of his body on the ball. He just levitates around. I don't know. He's such a strong Force user. Why doesn't he just float everywhere?
Well, see, here's the deal. Because Kylo Ren didn't actually physically defeat Luke Skywalker, right? the master lightsaber is not his, right? And Luke Skywalker had the Deathly Hallows. And so Aldous Dumbledore sent Luke Skywalker back to defend the Jedi Temple, or the Wizarding School, right? It's Harry Potter Wars.
Dr. Fantastic is saying in Jabba's palace he had a green lightsaber. Where did that come from?
Well, yeah, didn't he have a green one in
Jedi?
all of Jedi, wasn't it? And wasn't he originally making a lightsaber before he went into
that's right. The one he made his own lightsaber for Jedi.
Yeah.
But it's not the Anakin one that was in. Hold on, Luke's.
All right, and then Luke Skywalker wins the game of Quidditch and and wins the trophy for Gryffindor, and everybody cheered.
What the heck?
What is that? It sounds like some sort of bird in the background.
Screaming child. No big deal. Yeah, his lightsaber in Jedi looks a lot like ones, I think. Hold on, let me share. So yeah, totally different lightsaber.
The Star Wars has been so debased that it becomes indistinguishable from a Harry Potter plot. There you go, gentlemen. Right? When the hero of Gryffindor is in great need, the sword of Gryffindor will appear. Lightsabers and wands, very little difference. In some sort of vague hokey pokey spiritual reason. What? The mighty Egbert says, you guys are killing us with your weak Star Wars knowledge. Oh, I don't pretend to have any Star Wars knowledge. But that's okay, because I think the people who wrote the last 2 or 3 Star Wars movies didn't either. So we're on equal terms.
I've seen the only movies that matter. Well, actually, I've seen all the movies, but the only three that matter.
This is Obi-Wan's freaking god-awful design lightsaber in the prequel trilogies. This is his lightsaber in episode 4, which is a lot closer to the one I was describing from Luke's, which is the one Luke built himself. I'm a nerd. And this is the Graflex light bulb holder that was the original Darth Vader.
Yeah, it's a good-looking sonic screwdriver.
This thing's a light bulb holder. You know that, right?
Is it really?
A flash bulb holder for old-timey cameras.
That's funny. That would make sense, though, I guess. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, guys? What do you think, audience? Do you think they are humbled enough after the Solo movie and after the reception of the last Star Wars movie? Do you think they're humbled enough where they will actually try and make something that will satisfy the fans? Because I really don't know a whole lot of people. I don't really know a whole lot of people that were pleased with the events of the last 2 movies.
I don't know. It's a tough one, man, because I think that Kathleen Kennedy might be a bit of a SJW, which makes her a bit of a zealot, willing to sacrifice it all for one last stand of I have to let my ideology win over my box office. Now, if she is the other way, if it's the other way around and she says, this is my last chance to prove myself as the head of Lucasfilm and I want to ensure my legacy, then yeah, she would have to support a full 180. But without knowing her and having an insight to her and where she's at, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
I just have to correct Pencil for Life, who said that when Luke becomes a Jedi Knight and builds his saber, it is blue. His dad's saber was green. You see on the screen here that I am right and you are wrong. Thank you. That's
Wait, somehow this makes me right.
all. What?
Malin just jujitsu'd your answer and took your credit.
Yeah.
Well done, Malin. Well done.
So has the green one been in any of the follow-up films?
I don't know. Yeah, even here. See, it's blue even in the. Here, let me share this again. It is the same one, the Graflex lightsaber one, the one I have here. So you have sound effects.
So now that's the one from 4 and 5, right?
That is the one from 4 and 5.
So did that fall down the well with his hand?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so then
And that's the one that Rey got
from that one lady, right? Maz or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, it's just a question of whatever happened. And yeah, so Luke, they never show what happened to the green one then, right?
Or his hand. I'm telling you, they cloned him.
Well, I think if anything, they probably used his hand to clone Rey.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame they made a lot of canonical because a lot of the story is pretty good. I mean, it's been forever and a year since I've read any of them, but I remember enjoying them in my early 20s. And it was some of the stuff was more well articulated than what you get in the movies. I mean, people were actually fleshed out and had rational motivations.
The prequels.
No, I'm not talking about movie books. There was a bazillion Star Wars books made.
Oh yeah, like the Don books and the Kevin J. Anderson books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
no, that's a spooky looking Miller kid.
Real quick,
so scary.
Michelle, someone in the chat, and I just looked this up to make sure, said that, I'm trying to find, sorry, Michelle, I can't find your name in here. But said that the green lightsaber was used when Luke tried to kill Kylo, and that's true.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Luke's lightsaber.
Oh, that's right, because he does fire it up, and then.
Oh yeah, he'd have to. Yeah, that was the only lightsaber he had at the time.
Yeah. So the question is, where did it go from there?
Right. Well, he would have thrown it away.
Just like he did the blue one.
Yeah. Luke throws away. Actually, Luke throws away his lightsaber, his green lightsaber, in Jedi.
Well, he got it back because he had it when he was with Kylo there.
Yeah, that it looks like the same lightsaber. So I guess after he threw away his lightsaber and then had the duel with his dad and all that fun stuff, he went back and picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, gentlemen, I think M and M can carry it from here. I gotta get ready for bed. Once again, I am up early in the morning.
All right, Edwin, have a good one.
All right, Edwin.
Yep. Night.
Thanks, sir. Aloha.
Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
Aloha, oi. Aloha, oi.
Okay, so he has the green lightsaber up until he tries to kill Kylo Ren. The lightsaber apparently disappears, goes missing, and then he gets it back to give it to Rey in this new one. So she's saying he's saying
that is the that would there you go. But then
he's gonna try if that is Luke in current time talking to Rey, physical body. Basically, it sounds like they're setting up for him saying to her, essentially, "You can save Ben like I saved my father. Oh, by the way, he's your brother."
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that has to be the lightsaber, because the other one's destroyed. So it is real time. So it is current time. So it's a younger version of him for some reason, Force Ghost or otherwise. How's the Force Ghost handing her a lightsaber?
Well, he might be a clone. Like he may not be full on Luke Skywalker, but maybe Jedi something or other cloned him to watch over a temple. So this clone, who is not the real Luke, but maybe has some amount of Force power, is there to deliver or has summoned Rey there to offer her this lightsaber.
Another child. Here comes another one. So the Dark Empire storyline. I don't think I read the Dark Empire storyline. I read the Zahn books and I read the Anderson books after that. You know, I didn't really like the Anderson books that much, so I just kind of stopped reading.
If Elric Hyuga knows this storyline, maybe there's something in there, because I haven't read any of the books or comics or anything. But maybe we could invite Elric in here to feed us a little bit of this Dark Empire storyline.
If you want to figure that out, feel free.
Okay.
Daddy, where's your phone?
Let's see. Elric, write your Twitter handle in the chat.
I'm charging in my bedroom. All right, I'm going to share. I guess Micah wants to make faces. For no good reason, I'm going to share this.
Oh, I'm going to have to look at it now. What is it?
It's just an image from the fight scene.
Oh.
Which I do not. Edwin likes the choreography here, but Mellow E for $2. Malin Boo. Lone Star update. Still awaiting letters. Letterist is the last guy on the totem pole, so as soon as he's done, they go to the printer. That's the update. Meanwhile, I do have a whole new slew of books you can get that are already completed, and also, I mean, technically they're further along than Lone Star is because they don't have to be lettered.
Elric said he only knows a few things and he's not well versed in it. Okay. We tried.
Well, never mind. Dark Empire, Luke goes to the dark side, and Leia, who was trained, get him back and faces clones of the Emperor. Dun dun dun. They should have done a clone. They should have done an army of cloned Darth Mauls.
That'd be cool.
Let's see it. Oh, look, made with toys.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought the choreography in this scene was lackluster.
So would a clone have the Force?
I don't quite know how mitochondrions work. Mitochondrians? Or is it midichlorians? Midichlorians. Pencil for life, $5. You guys ready to battle it out tomorrow night? I am going to bring it, so be warned. And then Mellow E for $2. Boo Malin. Great hair, Mike. Well, thank you very much.
What? Why am I getting booed?
Because Malin Militia doesn't exist here.
Brother.
This is the Lone Star Squadron calling out. Lone Star Squadron! Ho!
They know nothing of loyalty like the Malin Militia does.
Mike, forget the choreography. Those soldiers looked awesome and died like a bunch of bow-legged squires. Well, they weren't force projectors. They were just martial arts in various weird red armor. that apparently couldn't deflect crap.
And what's the point of having armor?
I don't know. Stormtrooper armor doesn't deflect crap either.
Yeah, it just goes right through it. It's
Right?
like rubber.
Yeah.
Michael Richter thinks they will have the Force because the midichlorians are in the blood.
Ah, cloning the blood.
But yeah, I mean, they've already established, well, clearly, that you can have clones. So yeah, why wouldn't you be cloning Jedi or Sith into an army?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when after episode 1, when the Emperor, or not the Emperor at the time, you know, when Palpatine shows up on Naboo, I think it is. I thought he was there to pick up Darth Maul's body to use it for the Clone Wars, so because that would have been pretty cool.
But yeah, that would be a really good idea if they implemented any kind of clone Jedi or Sith in there from the past. I think that'd be pretty exciting for fans. They'd be like, "Oh snap!" You know, it's just one of those. Why wouldn't you do that? You're in Star Wars.
It feels the dark side, man. Cloning a bunch of Luke Skywalkers. Actually, they should have cloned Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Although,
is Vader more powerful? I mean,
than Luke?
Yeah. Luke wasn't Jedi trained since childhood. So Luke is kind of a late bloomer, but had he been trained from childhood and with dark side of the Force, you know, would that be a more, well, I guess even Anakin, if Anakin was actually whatever, virgin birth.
That's that's the dumbest thing ever written.
Yeah.
He didn't have a father, you say?
Yeah. Well, whatever. Yeah. So anyone with Skywalker blood, I guess we could say, would be worthy of being cloned and turned into a dark side army.
But it would have to be Leia, because it's got to be, you know.
Oh yeah.
Girl power.
Mm-hmm.
Good girl power.
Well, also the mentality of Anakin you would maybe make you say no to that, because if you cloned a bunch of Vaders, they might try to take you over. Whereas if you cloned a bunch of Lukes, there might be a little bit more of empathy or humanity left.
You don't want humanity in a Sith. Empathy is for the weak.
Yeah.
For the Jedi. Darth Vader.
Well, you wouldn't want an army of Lukes taking you out with the Force, because that happened in a snap. So that little bit of humanity might hold it together. But Vader, yeah, you couldn't trust Vader at all, because he's prone to turning on you. He turned on everyone.
Well, he's a little freaking whiner, and too. I mean, you could tell. I mean, Kylo Ren is kind of following in the footsteps of Anakin Skywalker in the prequels.
Yeah, they're all whiny, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the Skywalker line.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done with Star Wars.
It's the story of a family of whiners.
No.
The only one who wasn't was Leia.
Obi-Wan.
He's not a Skywalker.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, are they bringing Ewan McGregor back for this?
I hope so. Although I think they canceled the Obi-Wan movie. Careful too.
They could have an army of Force ghosts.
Yeah.
Like in what are Lord of the Rings?
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Whining is in the family.
It really sucks, man, because they don't have a real villain for the big finale of their trilogy. I mean, I don't buy Kylo Ren. They're gonna have to bring back Snoke. They're gonna have to make Snoke somebody interesting, so everybody says, "Oh, wow."
But if they do that, then all they're doing is repeating Jedi.
Yeah, but they have to. They have to hit so many fan chords, I think, to save this movie. You know, like I was saying before on that Ghostbusters things, you know, you have to give the fans everything they want, but you have to throw a couple curveballs in there. But otherwise, your job is to give them everything they want.
That was the huge complaint with the Force Awakens.
Well, The Force Awakens wasn't terrible. I mean, The Force Awakens is even better in comparison to The Last Jedi.
I know, but that was the big complaint. It's like, it's all fan service. It's all fan service.
No,
Yeah, we want some fan service after the prequels. Come on.
there was a lot of terrible stuff in that movie. But what was set up was good. It was that Rey is somebody special. Who is Snoke? So we have to find out who Snoke is. Is it going to be Jar Jar? I don't know. Is it going to be Grand Moff Tarkin?
No, Grand Moff Tarkin wasn't a Force user.
You don't know that. Prove it. Prove he's not a werewolf. Well, he could have been laying low the entire time. He could have just been in disguise.
Snoke is Mace Windu.
Not likely.
Who is he likely to be?
Grand Moff Tarkin.
He's Joffrey. I'm telling you.
No, hold on. Let me.
Everybody wants me to put you to bed. He is Mace Windu.
I'm gonna show you guys. You guys have probably seen this already. Have you seen it? Like a side by side.
Of. Are you gonna say Grand Moff Tarkin?
Yeah.
Hey.
Watch.
No.
Get ready to have your mind blown, Mike.
Yeah, Tarkin is dead. He blew up.
No, he didn't.
He did.
It was just a clone of a clone of a clone that blew up. Look, I mean, this is Star Wars, guys. It's not going to be hard to make that argument.
There's a planet full of Grand Moff Tarkins.
There.
Oh, come on.
Lock on my screen, Mike.
I am locked on your screen. That's ridiculous.
Totally not.
Ugh. Dude, stop playing with the tape. It's time for you to go. Go to bed. All right? Bedtime.
So we could make the argument that Grand Moff Tarkin is not only Snoke, but also Darth Plagueis.
I'm not a Star Wars fan.
Oh.
Oh, snap.
See what these movies have done to him?
Shots fired right out the door.
I didn't ingrain it in him enough, I guess.
Yeah. But look, I mean, these are the things that are going to make Star Wars fans happy. They're going to love these little nods to the past. You don't have to keep expanding the cast by introducing more and more characters. A nice close-knit group, just like the original Star Wars, is all it takes.
What's the guy's name? Not Darth Plagueis.
What? Snoke.
No.
Yeah, the guy who came back from the dead, wasn't that Plagueis? Darth Plague. Yeah. I don't know how to spell it. Plagueis. Yeah, Palpatine talks about Darth Plagueis. Plagueis.
Yes. Mace Windu.
But that's going to be a callback too. That the Darth Plagueis thing. That's going to make the prequels have a little bit more impact.
I'm trying to remember her name.
Comic Book Bob says Plagueis was an alien race called the Moon. I don't know what a mun or a moon looks like, but I'm telling you guys, with Star Wars tech, and I mean, it would be so easy to make an argument that a mun or a moon can look just like a human.
Here's the one I'm going for. Qui-Gon. Same nose.
Nah, I don't see it.
You don't see the nose?
Well, I mean, I see the big bridge, but I'm not buying it. The ears do kind of look the same, though, huh?
Could be about the same age.
Yeah. Well, if they did it, I wouldn't hate it, just as long as they explain what took him so far to the dark side, and because he really was a pretty good Jedi.
Yes. That he is. Qui-Gon Snoke.
Chaotic.
10:51. Oh my gosh, this has been going for almost 2 hours. I should try to sell some shark books.
Yeah, sell the shark book.
Sell the shark book. Anybody here new? Oh yeah, what was his name? Mitchell? Mitchell's new. Mitchell. No, Indiegogo. Tired. Let's see where I am. Where is Indiegogo today? Indiegogo today. Hey, I had a little boost. Let's see, who's my new boosters? 40 minutes ago, Ben Hansen, thank you. And George Ray 3 minutes ago. Very nice. And Jonathan Van Heerdem 1 hour ago. Nice, thanks guys, I appreciate it. That's out of the blue, because look at that. That was this 22-hour gap. Or not 22 hours, but like 17. That's 17 hours? No. I'm doing the math wrong.
Oh, what? Downtime?
Yeah, like nothing for almost a day.
Hmm.
Like this Corey Lansdale was during that stream with Ethan. And then nothing. One about 5 hours ago, and then these.
Yeah, I mean, you also do have to consider. I think your campaign is going to do well, Mike. But I would say also consider, November, December. We are in those time. This could be a result of a late campaign.
You never know. Yes,
I mean, there's a lot of factors in what could take away people's attention for sure. But we have to have campaigns out in this time to find out if it really is like a time that you want to avoid. I mean, ideally it is a late November launch going into Christmas, and you'd probably want to avoid January.
Oh yeah, like the plague. But that's why I wanted to get it out. I wanted to get it out earlier, but The Shining. Yeah, go ahead. I wanted to get it out earlier, but I wanted to get Lone Star done first, right? But it's like I couldn't get it done early enough to get this out like at the beginning of November or in October. Actually, I wanted to get it out in October, but at the same time, I was pushing up against getting it too far into December. So
yeah,
I did the best that I could, man. I did the best.
I understand. I'm just saying. I mean, there's a lot of factors that could be at play right now in terms of what has people's attention. Not to mention Black Friday is what 2-3 days away. So
yes,
I mean, there's that Thanksgiving thing in there too. But look, I mean, we're everyone I know is looking at Black Friday.
Maybe I'll do a Black Friday tier.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I'll have to think of something.
Yeah.
You guys got any ideas for a Black Friday tier I could throw up just for Black Friday and then end it like at midnight my time? I don't know.
Yeah, everything for like $40. Black Friday sale.
Oh no. Stephen Miller says, you need to take down the live reading of Meg. I like Alton books so much, but your voice is holy effing crap, man. Don't read this out loud. Oh, don't read. You can't put don't read this out loud at the end. You have to put it at the beginning.
How much of a live reading? Did you read the whole thing?
No, I did about an issue and a half, but I did it with like 100 different voices. I did like Mickey Mouse. I did Sean Connery. I did Jack Black. I did. It's like,
that wouldn't have been jarring or anything.
no, but people in the stream kept throwing voices at me. He's like, do this, do this, do this. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what it's about. It's about being spontaneous and having fun, Stephen.
It was fun. It was fun. You don't have to watch it. Nobody has to watch it. But it was good, clean fun, man. Good, clean fun. Have you ever seen Ox Eyes, Chief?
Yeah, if you want to hear a master at work, just go to later on. I think it was that same day when Edwin and I were reading the Pyro Man Ghost Horse Mystery. Ridiculous. That was funny.
Oh,
it was like Scooby Doo.
Bobcat was still the best. I went back and listened to that. My Bobcat was terrible. How are you talking about?
But those cowboys were apparently beating people to death with a gun that the hilt was shaped like a horseshoe.
That was good stuff, man. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, my throat was just gone at the end of that stream.
Oh, Mike, you might like this. It kind of reminded me of, like, I don't know, comedy Cowboy Blazing Saddles. It's not at all offensive like that. But do you have Netflix?
Yeah.
Have you seen that Ballad of Buster Scruggs, I think is what it's called?
No.
Okay, I think it's a Coen Brothers film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love them. I love everything they do.
But it's all like an anthology.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me see. Buster Scruggs. Yeah, I just watched it the other night because I was just desperate to see something different. Yeah. Ballad of Buster Scruggs. It's an anthology written, directed, and produced by the Coen Brothers, starring Tim Blake Nelson. There's a bunch of people in this thing. Even what is his name? Freaking Bone Machine. Who's that singer? He was the actor in Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. God dang it.
Which actor?
He's really a singer. They based Heath Ledger, I think, based the Joker off of him. Let me just get into the Rotten or IMDb for this thing. Something. God, his name's right on the tip of my tongue. It's freaking
Gary Oldman.
No, an actual musician.
Oh. Was he the guy in Scrooged? That was the cab driver? Tom Waits. Yeah.
Tom Waits. Yeah, there you go. Bone Machine. Yep.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, Tom Waits is in there. Have you ever seen that where they compared Tom Waits to the Joker on YouTube?
Mm-mm.
He did this. Let me see. Tom Waits Joker. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to send this link into the chat. You guys just save this link for later.
All right. Yeah, Tom Waits was in Scrooge. Hold on a second. Let me. It's on demonetized, anyways.
That link is Tom Waits is essentially being the Joker. I mean, the talk.
Oh, no. Wait, was it him? Isn't that him?
It's the grin. Whoa! Hey, man! Help!
I'm not sure if that's the same guy.
Going the wrong way! Relax, Frank. Enjoy the ride. How do you know my name? I know absolutely everything, Frank. You see, I'm the ghost.
That's him, right?
I don't think so. Tom Waits. Dracula. He played Renfield in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Hey, this Bobcat. I love that movie. That's not him?
No, I'm gonna pop him up here in a second.
That's the cab driver, yeah.
No, I think that's some old comedian. I'm not sure. I know I've seen that dude in another movie. But this is Tom Waits.
Yeah,
He looks like Ron Perlman's better looking brother. But yeah, he's also a musician. He sings like there's gravel in his throat. Oh yeah, and was Oh Brother, was that Cohen?
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, just like Oh Brother, has a lot of music, old style in whatever singing.
Oh, David Johansen. Huh.
But if I was to have a review for that Ballad of Buster Scruggs, I'd say in the beginning of it, it actually, I mean, it's like every 3 minutes, there's a really good like beat in there, like some kind of impactful moment. As the movie goes on into all these different stories, it slows down a little bit, and it gets a little bit darker. But the stories are interesting enough that everyone should, you know, sit through, watch it all. I'm not going to say it's like a blow your mind movie, but if you liked Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, compared to Oh Brother, Where Art Thou was a really, really good film. But I'd say this is a 6 or a 7 compared to Oh Brother. If Oh Brother is a 10, this is a 6 or a 7. So give it a watch, everyone. It's on Netflix.
All right, shall do, shall do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know how you like your old-timey westerns?
Old-timey westerns, I do. I really wish there would be a resurgence in interest in westerns. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, David Johansen was the cab driver in Scrooge. I just IMDb that. It's right here.
Wait, who's David Johansen?
The cab driver in Scrooge.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
What else was he in? Is he Scarlett Johansson's father?
I don't know.
How do you know these things?
That was probably him back in. This guy?
He's an American singer, songwriter, and actor. Oh, he was from the New York Dolls.
Ah.
Okay.
Westerns. And so this is the third book. I didn't even talk about the second one. So yeah, $3, over 100, over 400 pages worth of entertainment. All for the low price of just $50. Yeah, Unforgiven's my favorite Western. No, because Johansson is spelled differently. Yeah.
Yeah, Unforgiven is great.
Testosterone overload. He looks like Benicio del Toro's half-retarded brother.
Oh. Testosterone overloads over there talking trash about me too, right above that, saying, and John, what would you rate your reading of Deal with the Devil? Just so we have an idea of your tastes. Brutal testosterone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rate it very high. I'm not a voice actor.
Yeah.
So if I was a professional voice actor, I'd rate my reading very low. But like I said earlier, we're here to entertain, guys.
That's right.
Not trying to be the best at exercising.
All right. Well, my wife has summoned me, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up, guys. Yeah, it's in the description if you're interested. I'll paste it one more time, just for good measure. I know most of you guys have already checked it out, but if you have not yet, please do. And please do like and share this on your way out the door. Subscribe if you have not already. Mitchell, was it Mitchell? I think it was Mitchell, right? Welcome to the family. John, you want to shout out your contact informations?
Sure, you can find me on Twitter at John Malin. I also have a YouTube channel, also under John Malin. I do, I talk about Comicsgate projects and, general BSing. I do some drawing on there. And if you guys are looking for a movie on Netflix, go check out that Ballad of Buster Scruggs. You might enjoy it. And that's, again, it won't blow your mind, but you know, it's something you can sit back and enjoy, I think. So
Yeah, you know what? I think maybe we'll do like an all westerns topic show sometime.
Oh, Edwin would like that.
Yeah, I love westerns, man. I love them.
Yeah, he's gonna try to pwn us all on it too.
Well, he probably could. I didn't watch a lot of the older, but like the spaghetti western stuff and freaking Unforgiven. Clint Eastwood's just obviously my favorite, but and then
Tombstone, Quick and the Dead.
Tombstone.
Oh wait, whoa, Mike. You didn't like Tombstone?
I did not like Tombstone. I just didn't buy the characters.
Oh my! All right, yeah, we're gonna have to do this country one now, and or western one now. Man, that's from my point of view. That's far beyond. That's far beyond shots fired of what I did with Blazing Saddles. Tombstone is universally loved.
No.
Yes.
No.
I refuse to accept that you don't like it.
I'm sorry.
I think you're trolling, Mike.
I am not, and I am a huge Val Kilmer fan, and he was, I would say, the saving grace of that movie. But no, I thought it was poorly directed. I thought it was entirely too clean. And no, and I hated what's his face as Wyatt Earp. Just
Russell.
He looked like a freaking bobblehead, man.
He's got a big head.
He's got a big old jaw and a skinny neck, and it makes him look like a bobblehead. And I just did not buy that as Wyatt Earp. Sorry.
All right, yeah, we're gonna have to continue this discussion, and I mean that's an entire show by itself. Just Tombstone.
Is Mike talking trash about Tombstone right now? Seriously?
Yeah. I'm afraid to see what kind of western you would make, Mike.
Oh man, I'd make a great western. Have you seen?
It'd be Blazing Saddles.
Let's not get into this. Let's make this another topic for another.
Mike would make Blazing Saddles. I would be doing Tombstone / Unforgiven, guys. All right. All right.
Masterman for $2 says, "No, you've gone too far, Mike."
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as too far. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Again, like, subscribe, share. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, John Malin.
Good night. Aloha, everyone.
Aloha, everyone.